Hey, welcome back, guys. Brandon with Taylorsfiresmoke cooking. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have another edition of Smackin or Lackin. Today, we're going to be doing Williams bag and bake pork chops, roasting, bag, and seasoning. Now, I picked this up because it kind of brought me back to my childhood, to where my mom used to eat a lot of roast as a kid. I don't know if it was cheap, or I know it stretched a long way, and we had, there was 4 kids in the family, so my mother would always buy those roaster bags for her chuck roast. Put your potatoes, carrots, and your roast in the bag, put the little seasoning in the water, put in the bag, and it was quick, it was easy, it was, she worked, we had church, my dad worked, so that was something she would throw together really quick, and we would have that often, so it kind of just brought me back when I saw this to my childhood, and I was like, you know what, let's go give that a shot, see if it's smacking or lacking. So we're going to do it with pork chops today. It says that it is used up to 2 pounds of pork chops or a 3-pound pork roast. So you just take the little seasoning, you put it in a 1/4 cup of water, put it in the bag, and then put it into a pan and go from there. So that's what we're going to do. Let me go ahead and put the seasoning over in this water. Kind of strange the way they have it, but oh, that's the bag. So got a bag here. The seasoning over in this water. I already have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. That's what it called for. And open up this bag here. I'm using some boneless pork chops today. That's what I had. Little pro tip, if you know me, I always say buy the whole loin and then chop it up yourself. It's a lot cheaper that way. So, that's my pro tip of the day. If you can find it, get them, buy the whole loin, chop it up yourself. You can make pork chops, you can make a smaller pork roast out of it, and you'll save yourself some coin. So, pro tip for the day. So, got our bag here. It says to put your bag in a pan, which I'm just using a 9x13 Pyrex pan here. And line your chops out in the pan. These pork chops I cut are about 1 inch thick. So they're pretty thick. It also says on the back of the bag to cook them for anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour. Well, I'm going to tell you, an hour seems like a lot, way too long for some pork chops to me at 350 degrees, unless you want to dry them out. So we're probably going to stick around closer to the 3-hour, or to the 40-minute mark, that it said, and go from there. All right, guys, I got my seasoning mixture mixed up really well. Now we're just going to pour it into our bag over the top of the chops. Oh yeah, it did come with a little tie deal. So tie it up. Making sure you don't spill any of that liquid out of there. I mean, it's supposed to be what seasons your meat, so I'm sure you want to keep as much of it in there as you can. All right. So we got it in there. I'm going to flip this over though. I want to make sure that I get the seasoning over all the meat, so I'm just going to flop it over really quickly. Make sure that everything is coated. Then it says to put 3 little holes in the top of the bag to vent. All right. So that's that, y'all. We're going to see how it works out. I'm going to put this in the oven. Set at 350 degrees. We're going to let it go for about 35 minutes, so then I'm going to check it. Then we'll come back and see if we're smacking or lacking. All right, guys, we learned of letting these pork chops go for about 50 minutes all together. And I'm sure they're done. They smell good, but I can tell you right off the bat, I don't like the way they look. It's like they almost like boiled in this bag. I don't know. I figured the seasoning would coat them real well, but that's not what we got. So, strike one. But we're going to see how they taste. So I'm just going to let them cool for a minute. Then I'm going to go ahead and plate one up, and we're going to see how it tastes. So stay tuned, y'all. All right, guys, we are back, and I've got my pork chop plated up. Like I said, here's how it looks. Not a big fan of the appearance at all. Does have some seasoning on it, but like I said, I'm not a big fan of the way it looks. But let's go ahead and cut into it. I've had it sitting here resting for about 2 to 3 minutes. So does have a little juice in it. I definitely wasn't going to go an hour with it. Not with a pork that's generally a drier meat anyway. Let's bless this food, Lord. See how it tastes. The word I can describe this pork chop is boring. Boring. Yeah, it's not. It's lacking definitely. This stuff. I'm not going to say it's the worst pork chop I've ever had, but it's boring. The flavor is just flat. It's pretty bland. Now it is juicy, but that's because I didn't cook it, for an hour. I didn't cook it as long as it's suggested. I did with about 45 minutes to 50 minutes. But all in all, I'm sorry. That thing is lacking. So don't recommend that one. Maybe we'll try something else, but this one was not it. But I'm not gonna waste no food, waste not, want not. So what I'm probably gonna do with those, get some barbecue sauce and put a ton of barbecue sauce on them, or some steak sauce or something, and go that route. But I can't serve these as they stand right now because I'll get clowned for that by the fam. But nevertheless, this was another edition of Smackin and Lackin. I hope you enjoyed the video. I like to try things so you don't have to, and let you know give you an honest opinion of what I think. Unfortunately, this one was a lack. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave some comments down below, and I'll catch you guys around. God bless.